And get ready, everyone. Time to spring forward for daylight saving time. At 2 a.m., most of the country will be moving the clocks ahead an hour, so even though you lose an hour of sleep, you will get an extra hour of sun on the other end of the day. If this seems a bit earlier than normal, it's because it is. The nation will spring forward almost a month earlier than usual. From insights now on what problems might surface because of the early time change, David Milman, Chief Executive Officer for RescueComm.com, joins me. And RescueComm.com provides computer repair 24 hours a day. Good to know about you. Thanks for being here, David.
My pleasure, Alex. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the reasoning behind the early time change. What is it?
Well, the idea is that if you have an earlier time change, you have more daylight, and therefore you save energy by having 300 million Americans not turn on their light an hour earlier.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on that? Good idea or no?
Well, it's a good idea, but with technology, for decades, the date has been exactly the same, the first Sunday in April. So we have to communicate this change to computers, and if we don't, there could be some not so great consequences.
Yeah, like what? What's the potential damage here for businesses?
Alex, could you imagine for a minute if the airlines decided not to make this change and the rest of us had the change? Certainly that would be horrible.
Huge bad news.
Huge. Yeah. They're spending millions of dollars and they're going to be ready for certain. But for many of us, we're just thinking, well, that's somebody else's problem. We need to make sure that we fix our computers, and it's a relatively easy fix. If you've got Windows Vista or the latest Apple operating system, you're good to go. But if you're running Windows XP, there's something that you need to do to be ready. And what you need to do is you need to go into Control Panel and turn on the automatic updates. And a lot of people that are calling RescueComm's call center at 1-800-RESCUE-7 want to know that they're going to be secure and safe. And what happens is we get a lot of questions about, well, how do I set my computer back? And you don't need to set your computer back. The only thing you need to do is be ready. If you set your automatic updates up, Microsoft is going to stream those updates right to your computer for you.
So what you're saying, that computer dorks like me, we're not going to have to do anything?
You don't have to do anything. And one of the most common questions that RescueComm gets is, well, how do I set my computer forward? And you don't have to worry about it. If you set your automatic updates on your Windows XP, Microsoft is going to stream automatically to your computer. If you have a Macintosh and you get the Macintosh software updater, Apple's going to do the same thing for you.
Oh, that's so good to know. I tell you, I'm seriously just breathing a sigh of relief on that news right there. Hey, as you know, David, some have compared this early daylight saving time to the fears of the possible glitches of Y2K. I mean, lots of talk back then. Nothing really happened. Are we seeing something similar here? Lots of build-up, but no real chaos forthcoming?
Right. Well, if you remember Y2K, the sky was falling.
Right.
But realistically, we had 3 years to prepare for it. And if everybody didn't pay attention, there certainly would have been disastrous consequences. But because everybody was ready, it was kind of a bust. With daylight savings time, the absolute worst that's going to happen is you're off an hour. But that certainly could be a nuisance for a lot of people, especially since many people are addicted to their BlackBerries as much as they're addicted to oxygen. So if you have BlackBerries or Palm Pilots or any kind of portable device, you're going to have to check with your cell phone provider to make sure they get their update. So this isn't the same as Y2K, but you still need to do something, otherwise you're going to have some kind of unhappiness in your appointments and in your computer time.
Especially for those of us addicted to our sleep. I'm hoping I'm not off by an hour tomorrow morning when I get up an hour earlier. We'll see. Tune in for that. David Milman, thanks so much.
Alex, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.